What's up, y'all? We just got the latest chapter of Ichi the Witch, Hunt 61. And like I said, I feel like this is going to be one of those arcs where it's not going to have a happy ending. I'm just really getting a lot of red flags, and someone ain't going to make it out, man. It's between the pregnant wife of Chrono or either the Oracle. One of those two characters. They ain't going to make it out of this one alive. I just got that feeling. But this chapter right here was pretty amazing. We learned a little bit more about the waiter. I believe his name is Hisagi. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. If not, I do apologize. And we get this amazing color page where you have you know, Hisagi as well as Octa and then also Euro. They're all on the cover of this chapter. Of course, Euro's in the body of Ichi, but yo, this is a dope color page. Probably one of my favorite ones just on the color schemes alone, far as how Ichi is sitting there and just Octa color scheme in the background. Like how it's like a teal purple type of color. I really like that. But we about to get into the chapter. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. Greatly appreciated. But you have it with Hisagi. He pretty much got turned to dust due to Chrono fast forwarding time. And you got it where Octa is screaming out saying like, no, he turned to dust. Oh man, let me try to put them back together. And he's like trying to put the dust together. But you have it where Hisagi is able to absorb the corpses that he brought back to life in this chapter. Like he's able to absorb them to reform his body. And he's sitting there and it's like, yo, damn, this is crazy. He was able to take the lives. Well, I guess they're already taken out. So I guess you can't really say he took their lives, but he was able to use those bodies of the corpses to bring himself back. And then you have it where, Hisagi goes to tell Octa, like, yo, take this staff. I have a request. I want you to go after Chrono and kill, Chrono's mate and kill her and the baby. Now take it now. And you got it where it's so ruthless. It's so dark. He's like, yo, he refused to join us after I was nice enough to invite him to join our gang and actually spare his wife. Nah, I can't go for that level of disrespect. Yo, Octa, go out there, find her, take her out. And he says, look, and he also goes to say, if you see Ichi as well, wipe him out as well. Because I've had it up to here with these humans. And you got it where, he also goes to tell Octa, like, yo, if you take out Ichi, it will free Euro and he will be happy with you for freeing him. And you got it where Octa is thinking, well, if I do take out Ichi, that means we can all be best friends as far as Octa, Chrono, and Euro. He's thinking they all can be friends. So he takes off fast as hell, saying like, yo, I'll be back in a sec. But you have it where Chrono doesn't want his wife to die naturally. So he does this technique where he pauses him, he suspends him in time where he can't move. But of course, Octa is now holding the staff of the World Hater, and he's able to use this staff to break the barrier that that Chrono was trying to hold him in. And he goes off and he says, man, this thing is really powerful. And he said, you have it where old boy goes to tell him, like the waiter goes to say, like, that's one of the powerful weapons of the World Hater, and he has a handful of weapons that are capable of warping magic and destroying magics. So his weapons are able to destroy his own kind, which is something we haven't seen before. This is something unprecedented in the series of Ichi the Witch. So like, yo, this is crazy. But you got it where he takes off. You got Des, she's trying to stop him from as well. But, Des ends up running up on the waiter and thinking that she will put an end to him. And you have it where, he announces his name, his true name, which is the Reverser Magic. And he also tells her his trial, which is to offer, him 10,000 deaths. So you have to kill this man 10,000 times in order to acquire him. And, he goes to say like, yes, this is my trial, as he has 10,000 people from the dead or corpses falling down to where Dad's at, where she has to actually fight him, and he calls it death of 10,000 corpses. And this panel just looks crazy where she's surrounded, and he's pretty much laughing and mocking her, saying like, yo, there's no way you can take all these people out. This is my trial. It's very difficult. And he's saying like, based on the trials that magics have, you can determine whether they like humans or not. The ones who like humans, their trials are pretty simple, pretty easy in terms of difficulty. But you have the magics who trials that are very difficult are the ones who hate humans. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much explaining why, Euro trial was only a man could kill him, could acquire him or defeat him, which led to Ichi being that person. And then, how we got his trial where you got to kill 10,000 people. And then they also go to mention the trial of, I can't even remember his name, the slumber magic in the past chapter that the past arc we just had. But you have it where he says that. But next thing you know, Daz does this ability where she's actually wiping out all of these, these corpses. Now, I'm not saying she wiped out all 10,000, but it looks like she took down a big chunk. And you got it where Daz says it's kind of funny that, you say you don't like humans, but you seem to have taken a liking to us. Your interest in us is showing. So maybe you like humans more than more than you believe. And you got it where he's kind of just like, kind of frustrated with Daz, but at the same time, he's not really paying her any mind. And then as he says that, you have it where you hear a voice come from among the corpses, and one of them say, "Big sister." Yes, it seems as if this guy brought back Dez's long lost brother. Well, not long lost, long dead brother. And I feel like this is cruel. Now, will Dez have to wipe out her brother? Because it seems like that is part of the trial. A part of the 10,000 corpses is part of acquiring this magic. So in order for her to complete this task, this trial, she's going to have to wipe out her brother. And can she do it? I don't think she can. I really don't, because she loves her brother so much. Off of what we just seen in one chapter now, she gave off the impression that she loved her brother so much that she would do anything for him. And the fact that she sees Ichi as her brother, she's even willing to follow him in death. So I don't think she got the guts to actually wipe out her true brother, her real brother. Now, I could be wrong. This could just be me just overthinking, but this is a crazy outcome. I did not expect this. Now, with that being said, now that her brother corpse is back on the battlefield, is it a chance that maybe she has a magic that she's acquired that could kind of restore him? Maybe even Chrono himself could probably restore the brother, like rewind time to a point where he was still alive and allow him to, live longer or live like a normal life. I mean, all that seems possible. We just have to wait and see what happens with with the next chapter of Ichi the Witch. Again, I still feel like Ichi should be up by now, and Chrono wasn't able to stop Octa from going after his wife. So I don't know if he's in pursuit or if he stayed along to help battle with Dez against the waiter. That's all stuff we're going to have to wait to see in the next chapter. But all in all, really enjoyed it. If you like this video, thumb it up, please subscribe, hit the bell. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Damn. Like I said, this is about to be a sad arc. The ending of this arc is going to be crazy. But I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.